Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Larry's RC Room. Yep, today is number 2 upgrade on the SCX6 I'll get it out trail honcho. So this big eagle is gonna fly, and today we are doing the BEC to the servo. So take a look here. Okay, for those of you that has never hooked up a BEC to your servo only without powering up through your radio receiver, and this is how it's done. This red wire will be pulled out of this right here, and this will go into your receiver for the control and the ground. Then that red wire will be doubled back, and it will be sealed up with some heat shrink tubing. Now, your BEC will plug into one of those leads out there on this Y connector, and your servo will plug into the other side. That will provide the hot power from the BEC to the servo and still give you control from your radio on your control wire and the ground from both. Now, what's going to happen with the ground from both? It's going to keep it from causing any kind of interference from the BEC. That way it's all grounded together, and that's most important with any kind of electrical thing, is grounding it all together. Okay, so in order, before I seal this up, I always like to test them. I've got a 6-volt power supply hooked up, hot ground to the BEC. Alright, and we're going to show you that the BEC lights up, as you can see right there. I'm going to try to show this video in one hand as I connect to these. I don't know if I can or not. Give me a second. So my test leads are in the output part of it. You can see right there. And my 6 volts is giving me 5.2. So I'm getting voltage all the way through the BEC. It does have a jumper on the BEC, which will give it 6 volts with a 10 amp burst or 10 volt burst. So that's what we'll plug it into. So here we go, man. This thing's ready to plug into the servo. Got the BEC soldered up to an adapter connector. Of course, I've got a Dean's plug on my batteries, and the 6, whatever it's called, AC6 or 5 or whatever, EC6, goes to the truck. The BEC is a 10 amp burst, and there's the plug that goes hot and plus and minus to the servo, steering servo, and that's what this is for. So we're going to get it installed next. That'll be upgrade number 2. Okay, I've gathered it all together, and of course I've sealed up the hot wire from the controller receiver part of it, so it does not go from the BEC to the receiver. I've got it all soldered and sealed as you've seen before. I've went ahead and put the silicone tube, I cut it off and made it into a stand up to where it'll actually not slip and slide on the plastic on that tubing. I've got my tools ready. Wile E. Coyote says he's ready. So we're going to get into this bad boy real quick and see what it takes to plug the BEC in to the receiver. Alright, so it looks like it's going to be a 2mm and 3 screws covering the servo connection to the receiver. And there's 1 screw here, 1 screw here, and 1 screw in here. So I've got my trusty little tool and my little skill Black & Decker rather driver, and it's set up for reverse. So I'll take all this apart and I'll be right back. So it's as simple as that. You remove those 3 screws, the little engine comes off, and it exposes your receiver along with your ESC. So here we have number 1 will be steering, and number 2, of course, is the ESC. We're going to leave the ESC plugged in, and we're going to jump from number 1 with our Y connector right there. Be right back. Okay, so my jumper is, my Y connector is plugged in to the steering servo port. I had to take, because my Y connector was a little bit thicker than what the Spectrum plug was, I had to take a file and kind of chamfer the edges to get it down into that slot. So you might run into the same problem, so make sure that you have a file handy. And now I've run it back through and plugged in the servo to it. Now I've also got this lead that the BEC will plug into. I'm not going to plug it in until I power on the rig. So I've got a fully charged battery, Wile E. Coyote sitting over on it. So we'll get that, and then we'll get the controller and everything set up. And I'll go ahead and leave this cover off. And then we'll make that jumper go to 6 volt that's on that BEC. And then we should be ready to plug everything in and turn everything on. Well, okay, I've got the battery plugged in. I've got the controller turned on, as you can see. Okay, now I do not have this plugged in to my Y connector as of yet. So now we're going to turn on this machine. Reach up under here, which is kind of a nuisance of a place to put an on-off switch in my book. It really is. And there we have it. Now what we'll do, of course, right now we have no steering, okay? We do have throttle and reverse. What I might end up doing is putting in an inline switch into this port right here too. But we're getting ready to plug it in and see what happens to the servo. Alright, I've got it plugged in and I don't see any smoke. Now let's see what happens. Oh yeah, I got steering, baby. Guess what? That's throwing all the way with no problem too. Oh, what a difference. That's a big difference. Oh yeah, I'm liking that. Big time. We're ready to shut her down. Take her for a test drive. See what she does now with all this power and all these good upgrades. Yes. Then our next upgrade. Yep, those right there are gonna be replaced. So stay with me. That'll be the 3rd upgrade on a brand new ready to run rig. Well, actually the 4th if you count that and that. Yes. So here's the shift servo. Look at that. No motion whatsoever. That shifts so smooth. Look at that. Heck yeah. So anyways, let's go give this thing a test run, shall we? Alright, we've got it out the door, and now we're out here at this part of the play park. We're going to check out to see how this steering and all that seems to work. Oh, so much better. Oh yes, that is working so much better. Oh yes. So the real test is always putting the weight on the front end to see how it steers. Right? So that's what we're about to do here. We're going to turn that way and come off of here and then turn around this way with the weight on the front end. Oh, look at that. Weight on the front end, she snapped right back. Heck yeah, that's working. Upgrades 1 and 2 has definitely helped this rig. I am so happy with that. Climb up this side of the driveway with it and see what it does. Steering wise. Oh, walking right up through there. Look at that. Steering is full control, man. That is awesome. So it's been raining a little bit today. We're going to see if this thing will pick up and go. It climbed this the other day, but today it might not with the mud and stuff that's on it. Oh, go big dog, go. Go big dog, go. Oh, 25-pound truck plus. Oh, look at that. Well, here we go. See if she'll turn into it. Turn back. Crawl on up here. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Nice. Nice. Look at the modulation on this thing, man. It's just awesome. For such a big truck, modulation on this rig is just totally awesome. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Okay, we're going to try this 2-speed servo test here. See how she shifts on the shift servo. Oh, smooth. Yes. What a help. What a help. Wide open to wide open. Roadside ditch. Let's see if she'll bite and go, or if she'll dope and roll. Oh, well, all that weight on it, she dug right in. Servo turned fine. There's nothing wrong with that stock servo. It just needs its own power source. That BEC is kicking booty. Yes. Oh, God, yes. All right. See what she does here in this little ditch line. I'd say it'd be no problem for this big old rig. Oh, look at her go. Look at her. Look at her flex. Talk to me, Big Eagle. Yes, talk to me, Big Eagle. Oh, yeah. That is so nice. Let's see what happens when I come back down through here. Oh, yeah. See if she'll manipulate. Come through here. Oh, yes. Get on this rock right here, and I want to kick it around. Steering is kicking in good. Look at that. Full turn. Oh, yes. I'm liking that. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Get it in a bind area. Oh, yeah. Servo is working. The servo is working. Ha ha ha. Let's go down through here. One last downhill test here for her. We'll see what she does with the weight on it. Putting it in kind of a bind. And then kick her back around. Right there. Climb up and over and kick back around. She is doing it. There's nothing wrong with that servo, man. Not at all. I think it just needs its own BEC, its own power source. That's what I done for her. Gonna see if she won't walk up this rock right here. Let's see if she will. Oh my goodness gracious. That's a 2.5 foot step up right there. I'm loving this big eagle dog here. This big eagle's sweet. That's what I'm gonna call it, Big Eagle. Yes. Here's real life. Yes, 1350/20. Look at that, 37-inch. And here is the 1/6 scale. Ha ha. Watch it dig in. Watch it dig in. Oh, look at that. It says, yeah, baby, yeah. She's flexed out right there. Big Eagle is getting ready to do the torque theater. Yes. Heavy. Look at that steering servo working it, baby. That BEC. It's a dealing with it. Oh yeah. Uh-oh. It'll hang. Yeah. There we go. Oh yes. Oh yes. Look at it go. Whoa, Big Eagle, get back online. Yeah. Mm. Big Eagle going, baby. I'm telling you. That is totally awesome. Well, okay then. I'm a firm believer in BEC for this servo. I know a lot of people like to get those big servos and all that stuff for it, but honestly, this stock servo is plenty adequate if you supply it with its own little power piece. So external BEC is where it's at, tied into this servo, and it works really well. I mean really well. I'm pleased with the upgrades on this SCX6 Trail Honcho, which I'm going to call it Big Eagle. I've got some graphics in design right now for it, for the sides of it and stuff. So, and it's going to be my Big Eagle. That's all there is to it. Freedom, let freedom ring. That's all there is to it. Hey, y'all, thanks for watching again. Hey, stay tuned. We've got another upgrade coming shortly. Probably be a week or so before I can make it. But it's going to happen. And it will help with the whole truck when this happens. So, and I'll give you a clue. It's called dual stage phones. Y'all stay tuned for that. Like, subscribe, comment, and ring that bell.